오늘 English on the Go에서 들어볼 이야기는 누구에게 들어볼까요?
Today we have a clip sent to us from Nathan from the USA.
That's right. I think we previously introduced him as someone studying in Spain,
Right.
but I think he was in Spain for a little bit, but now
Right.
he's in France.
Okay.
지금 이제 실제로 공부를 시작하게 된 곳은 프랑스라고 합니다.
Oh.
네, 스페인어를 배울 거라는 이야기를 또 했다 보니까 스페인인가
Right.
보다 했었는데 거기에 잠깐 있다가 프랑스로 건너갔다고 하는데요.
He's a world traveler.
Yes, he's traveling quite a bit. 자, 네이튼 씨는 또 특이한 것이 문장을 사실 중간중간에 약간의 퍼즈는 있어요. 말을 하려다가 생각하고 빨리 나오고 생각을 좀 정리한 다음에 빠르게 말하고 이런 것들이 있어서
He's got that California
Yeah.
accent.
That's right. He's got a really interesting and
Yeah.
nice flow of words.
Yeah.
자, 그래서 우리가 알고 있는 단어도 조금은 빠르게 지나가는 경향이 있으니까 한번 들어보시되 네이튼 씨가 가지고 있는 가장 어렸을 때 기억, 좀 좋았던 기억으로 생각하고 있는 거 무엇인지 확인해 볼까요?
Nathan 씨,
나와주세요.
One of my earliest childhood memories would have to be when my mom purchased this little plastic pool for me when I was about 3 or 4 years old. And she had purchased it for me as a surprise right after I had left preschool. And it's one of the most fondest memories I think I have of my mom because it was, I think, one of the first surprises I think I've ever had in my life. And she purchased this little plastic pool that I had been looking at the toy store for absolute ages. And she surprised me with it, and I came home and it was filled with water, and she bought these little floaties for me to put on my arms so I could float around in the little pool. And I think it's one of the fondest memories I have with my mom to this day that I definitely cherish.
네, 누구나 옛날 기억을 떠올리면서 이 fond, F-O-N-D, 약간 좋아하는 감정을 가지고 있을 때 fond라고 하는데
Right.
그 표정이 딱 있는 것 같아요. 아, 그때 좋았었지 하는.
I have such fond memories with my parents.
Yes.
Yeah, like you said, they're memories that stick out to you, but that you had some emotion, you know,
Yes.
attached with it.
Positive emotions.
Yeah, positive emotions.
Yes, when you're fond of someone or something, you like that person or that thing. 자, 그럼 네이튼 씨가 이렇게 중간에 한번 쉬었다가 빠르게 가고 이 형태로 말하는 거 잘 이해하셨는지 저희와 한 줄 한 줄 공부해 볼까요?
All right, so in the very first line, first we have to take a look at that clip. So let's watch.
One of my earliest childhood memories would have to be... One of my earliest childhood memories would have to be...
Okay, one of his earliest memories, what? Let's take a look at it right now.
Okay.
One of my earliest childhood memories would have to be...
네, 이렇게 이야기했죠. 마지막에 나왔던 would have to be, 이건 쉬웠어요. 쭉 지나가고 would have to be 했는데 one of my earliest, 가장 어렸을 때, 가장 이른, 가장 일찍 있었던 이라는 말이죠. 가장 어렸을 때 childhood인데 그 hood 이 부분이 잘 안 들렸어요.
Right, he said childhood. Yeah.
맞아요. 그래서 거의 child memories처럼도 들렸고요. 그것은 would have to be, 고르라면 이거일 거예요 라고 할 때 그냥 is 보다는 조금 덜 단정적이죠.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
it's-
We use it in a lot of instances.
Yes.
Would have to be one of the phrases we use the most.
That's right. It's less definitive,
Yeah.
right? You might be wrong, so you say
course.
it's your opinion. Would
Right.
have to be.
Right. It's just what you think right now, right?
자, 그럼 이 부분 발음이 잘 들리는지 다시 확인해 보시죠.
One of my earliest childhood memories would have to be... One of my earliest childhood memories would have to be...
When my mom purchased this little plastic pool for me. When my mom purchased this little plastic pool for me.
엄마가 purchased는 좀 더 쉬운 단어로 바꾸면 in an easier word.
Bought. When she bought this
bought.
pool.
그렇죠. bought. buy로 바꿀 수 있겠죠. purchased this little plastic pool for me. 사실 제가 지금 플라스틱이라고 썼는데 플라스틱 하면 우리는 딱딱한 플라스틱을 많이 떠올리는 것 같아요. 한국어로 생각을 했을 때. But plastic can be 비닐 too.
Yeah. For us, plastic bags. You know, for us, plastic is that fake material that you make, whether it's hard or soft.
Yeah, made
Yeah.
from petroleum.
Right?
이제 석유 가공해서 만들어진 것은 플라스틱인데 플라스틱은 우리가 생각하는 딱딱한 똑똑 소리 나는 그거뿐만이 아니라 비닐봉지도 플라스틱 백이고 또 여러 가지 말랑말랑한 거.
Anything.
네.
That's plastic is plastic.
That's right. 그래서 지금 어떤 걸 생각하셔야 되냐면 딱딱하게 딱 굳어져 있는 것이 아니라 불어서 그 만드는 수영장 아동용이 있을 거 아니에요. 말랑말랑하고 공기 들어가는 거. 그걸 이야기하는 겁니다. Alright?
Okay. When I was about 3 or 4 years old. When I was about 3 or 4 years old.
네, 제가 3살인가 4살쯤에요 라고 했고요. 이건 그냥 발음이 좀 빨랐을 뿐 그렇게 어렵진 않았습니다.
And the next sentence, we also have to take a look at the clip, so let's watch.
And she had purchased it for me as a surprise right after I had left preschool. And she had purchased it for me as a surprise right after I had left preschool.
네, 뭐라고 했죠?
Okay. He said, and she had purchased it for me as a surprise right after I had left preschool.
네, 화면 보시면은 마지막 부분에 right after I had가 있는데 들리긴 들려요. 있긴 있는데 이 네이튼 씨가 이야기할 때 I had left 이렇게 발음하지는 않았고요. I'd left.
I'd left. I'd left.
네, 이렇게 이야기를 했죠. 그래서 she had purchased it for me. had가 계속 들어가는 이유는 어떤 과거에 있었던 일이 있는데 그 전에 있었던 일이니까 사셨었어요.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That was an exaggeration, of
Yeah.
course. You don't actually say that.
I was wondering. I was like, what?
No, no.
I've never heard that.
강조하자면 she had purchased it. 사 놓으셨던 거죠. For me, 저를 위해서 선물로 as a surprise. As a surprise means she didn't tell him.
Right. She didn't tell him. She just wanted to show him so he could say, oh my God. Right?
그렇죠. 나중에 보면
Surprise, you don't know.
맞아요. 나중에 보면은 갑자기 집에 왔는데 거기에 물이 차 있었던 거죠. Right after I had left preschool. preschool은 유치원인데요. preschool.
For sure. Okay, so let's take a look at this 2 more times and listen carefully for had.
And she had purchased it for me as a surprise right after I had left preschool. And she had purchased it for me as a surprise right after I had left preschool.
And it's one of the most fondest memories I think I have of my mom. And it's one of the most fondest memories I think I have of my mom.
네, 문장 구조를 잘 보셔야 되는데 It's one of the most fondest memories. 가장 좋은 기억들 중에 추억들 중에 하나예요. I think, 제 생각에 I have, 제가 가지고 있는 그런데 뒤에 of my mom이 어떻게 나왔냐면 memory of my mom. Memory of someone. Do you have a lot of memories of, I don't know, your elementary school friends?
I do not have a lot of memories of elementary school friends, but of elementary school teachers I do.
아, 그렇군요.
My favorite teacher, Miss Bell.
I see. I only have some memories of one of my elementary school teachers.
Really?
나머지 선생님들은 죄송하지만 잘 기억이 안 나고 친구들도 한두 명만 기억이 나는 것 같아요. 그래서 그런 경우에 누구에 대한 기억을 가지고 있다라고 했을 때 about보다는 memories of
someone.
씁니다. 그래서 그 뒤에 연결이 되고 있다는 거를 잘 구조를 보셔야겠죠. 그리고 참고로 fondest 이 발음 네이튼 씨는 빠르게 하면서 in some places it can sound like funniest.
Funniest. Fondest.
오해하지
Oh,
않도록.
yeah, of course it does.
Yeah. 주의하시고요.
Okay, and the next sentence he said, because it was, I think, one of the first surprises I think I ever had in my life. Because it was, I think, one of the first surprises I think I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, this definitely makes it more meaningful.
Of course.
어렸을 때 더 놀랄 거 아니에요. 좀 자라고 나서 어른이 되고 나면 그런 거 몇 번 경험해 보니까 하하하 뭐 예상하는 것도 있겠고.
Right.
But as a child, this is really novel and surprising.
Of course.
그래서 왜냐하면 it was, I think, 제 생각에 틀릴 수도 있지만 그 전에도 뭐 있었을 수도 있겠지만 기억이 안 나는 거죠. One of the first surprises I think I've ever had in my life. 태어나서 받아본 깜짝 선물 중 첫 번째였다. 그래서 놀랐던 거죠.
Of course. And next he says, and she purchased this little plastic pool. And she purchased this little plastic pool.
여러 번 소개한 적이 있는데 여기서 말하는 this라는 것은 눈앞에 있지는 않죠.
Right? It's just in his head, the one in the story.
네, 보통 이야기를 할 때 어떤 이런 것이 있었는데 말이야 라고 친구에게 자신의 머릿속에는 눈앞에 그려지잖아요. 그래서
Right.
this를 많이 붙이게 됩니다. the도 아니고 that도 아니고 거의 this를 쓰는데
Of course.
네, 눈앞에 없어도 쓸 수 있다라는 이야기 다시 한번 드리고 She purchased this little plastic pool. 여기까지는 새로운 정보가 없어요. 아까
Right.
이미 했던 말인데 이렇게 이야기하는 이유는 그 다음 문장에서 어떤 수영장인지 묘사를
Right.
하기 위한 거죠.
And so let's find out what it was in the next sentence. That I had been looking at the toy store for absolute ages. That I've been looking at the toy store for absolute ages.
여기서 설명해야 될 곳이 두 군데가 있어요.
At.
맞아요. 첫 번째는 at 이걸 보고 실제로 오타 아닌가 생각하실 수 있어요. at가 어떻게 두 번이나 나오지?
Right.
아니면 한 번 반복됐다. 그렇지만 둘 다 꼭 필요한 at이죠.
Yes, you do need them.
And why is that?
Because when you're looking at something, you need that at to show the direction of the looking at, and then where was the thing you're looking at the toy store, the
그렇죠.
location of the thing, right?
맞아요. 그래서 looking at 할 때도 at이 빠지면 문장이 불완전하게 되고
course.
그다음에 at the store에서도 at을 빼면 안 되는데
Right.
두 개가 나란히 있다고 해서 꼭 틀린 건 아니에요. 영어에서는 이렇게 경우에 따라서 in, 뭐 to. This is the person I was talking to get
something. Right.
문장에 따라서 다 가능할 수 있어요.
Right.
그러니까 두 개라고 해서 자동으로 오타라고 생각하시면 안 되겠습니다. 이게 첫 번째라면 그래서 I had been looking at 그 전부터 쭉 봐왔던 즉 눈독을 들여왔던 다른 말로 이런 것도 있어요. Have an eye on something.
Oh yeah, that I've had my eye on. We use it more frequently in that way.
네,
Yeah.
그렇게 시선이라고 할 때는 eyes라고 잘 안 하더라고요.
Right.
눈은 두
It's
개인데
my eye.
예, 시선 하나로
I don't know why.
my eye
I've had my eye on that sweatshirt for quite some time.
for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long time to hold my attention.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a very short attention span. 그리고 어떤 사람이 지나갔는데 that person caught my eye. 아무튼 eye가 단수로 쓰인다라는 이야기고요. 여기서는
Can I say one more?
Yes.
I've got my eye on you. That means I'm watching you carefully. Don't mess up.
지켜보고 있어.
Yeah.
네.
Okay.
조심해라는 말이죠. 그래서 looking at 설명 완전히 됐죠. 어디에서 at the toy store 장난감 가게에서 지켜보고 있던 것이고요. 그 다음에 나오는 두 번째 설명해야 되는 부분이 for absolute ages. absolute를 절대적으로라고 번역해 버리면 좀 이상해져요. We're not talking about absolute relative.
Right, we're not talking about that. He just means basically for a very, very long time, for many ages, right?
그렇죠. For ages 자체가 강조해서 오랫동안이란 뜻인데, so I've been studying English for ages, right? Like almost 20 years.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
my whole lifespan. I'm just joking.
Yeah, you're older than that.
I know.
그래서 absolute ages라고 넣어서 좀 강조를 하는 거고요. And then
And she surprised me with it. And she surprised me with it.
그리고 엄마가 she surprised me 저를 깜짝 놀라게 했어요. With it 그것을 가지고 놀라게 했다라는 말은 그것을 사서 깜짝 선물로 마련해 주신 거죠. So I can say I'm going to surprise Megan with this bug.
Okay.
벌레 아니면
bug.
this present.
Well, I'm going to surprise Henry with this fist.
또는 뭐 눈싸움 같은 거 할 때 snowball fight라고 하죠. I'm going to surprise her with this big snowball.
Okay.
이렇게.
In my face?
In your back.
Wow.
On your back.
Wow.
Yes. Anyway, 이제 그 뒤에 나오는 명사로 깜짝 놀라게 해주다라는 그런 뜻으로 예문을 좀 봤고요.
And next he says, and I came home and it was filled with water. And I came home and it was filled with water.
여기서 말하는 it는 뭐죠?
The pool, the plastic pool.
The
little plastic pool.
that she had purchased before, that he had his eye on for a long time.
Absolute ages.
네, 아무튼 그것을 가리킨다는 것만 파악하시면 돼요. 그래서 and I came home, 집에 왔는데 and it was filled with water. Hopefully warm water, not too cold.
Right.
물이 가득 차 있었어요.
Unless the weather was hot, then cold water might be good.
Yes.
And she bought these little floaties for me to put on my arms. And she bought these little floaties for me to put on my arms.
네, 그리고 엄마는 제 팔에 끼울 수 있는 그 작은 튜브도 사주셨어요. 했습니다. 팔에 끼우는 거죠.
Yeah, those
이 네, 튜브에 대해서는 잠시 후에 자세히 이야기하기로 하고요.
And so I could float around in the little pool. So I could float around in the little pool.
네, 여기서 말하는 so라는 것은 so that에서 대시 생략된 형태인데 so that I could 뭐뭐 할 수 있도록이요. 그래서 float 뜨는 거잖아요.
When you float on something, you're kind of, I guess, on top of it.
Yeah.
Like floating in the water. Not sinking, but floating on top.
That's right. Floating means not sinking.
Right.
Ships float.
On
and
the water.
Also maybe plastic toys, they float on the
right.
water when you put them in the bathtub filled with water. 그래서 float, 뜨다라는 말이고요. Around, float around, 떠서 돌아다니는 거니까 around를 붙였고 in the little pool, 작은 그 수영장 안에서 제가 떠다닐 수 있게끔 말이에요. And then?
And I think it's one of the fondest memories I have with my mom to this day that I definitely cherish. And I think it's one of the fondest memories I have with my mom to this day that I definitely cherish.
There are so many great things to talk about in this one sentence.
Right.
일단 문장이 길지만 중간에 끊을 부분이 애매해서 통째로 소개를 했고 네이튼 씨가 하는 이야기 중에 마지막 문장인데 이미 할 말이 정해져 있죠, 거의.
Right. So that's why he sped through it. He said it very, very quickly.
맞아요. He sped through. sped라는 것은 물론 speed의 과거형이고요.
Right.
speed는 빠르게 가는 거, 속도를 내는 거 또는 운전할 때 과속하는 것을 speed라고 하는데 So he sped through the sentence.
Right.
일단 하나씩 보자면 and I think 그리고 제 생각에 it's one of the 뭐뭐 중에 하나예요. fondest memories. 실제로 여기에서 fondest가 정말 funny처럼도 들립니다. I have 제가 가지고 있는 one interesting thing here with my mom.
Right. So in this case, you could also say with someone because you spent time with them. Maybe his mom played with him in the pool.
맞아요.
You know?
앞서서는 사실 of my mom이라고 해서 그렇게 설명을 했잖아요. 근데 of도 가능하고 with my mom 하면 a memory with you, a memory with my coworkers
Right.
하면
We were
함께
together.
보낸, 예,
Yeah.
함께 보낸 것을 말하는 거죠. And then to this day means
From then up until now,
맞아요.
it's the best memory ever.
yes. 그래서 지금까지 쭉 통틀어 봤을 때 one of the fondest memories고 I definitely cherish. 제가 분명 이것을 소중하게 여깁니다라는
Yeah.
말인데요. cherish 자체는 뭐 어려운 단어는 아닌데 one interesting fact.
Okay.
I hear the name cherish as a name
Oh, yeah.
quite often in countries like Indonesia and the Philippines.
Really? I knew some people in America named Cherish. Yeah.
미국에서도 있겠죠. 그런데 뭐 제가 틀렸을 수도 있어요. 그렇지만 제 그냥 관찰에 따르면 그 나중에 영어권이 된 나라들 있잖아요. 오랫동안 다른 뭐 식민 지배를 받았다든지 아니면 영어권이 된 나라들에는 그 영어 단어들을 가져다가 이름으로 만드는 경우들이 종종 보이더라고요. 그래서 cherish라는 이름도 많이 들을 수 있는 이름이고.
There's a lot. We have a lot of those. Precious, you hear a lot
Yeah,
in America.
precious, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the, and blessing,
맞아요.
miracle. Those are the tops.
Blessing and miracle.
Yeah,
Interesting names.
I knew people named Blessing and Miracle.
That's great. 자, 그럼 이게 마지막 문장이었는데요. 전체 이야기를 다시 복습을 해보면 어떨까요?
It sounds great. Let's watch.
One of my earliest childhood memories would have to be when my mom purchased this little plastic pool for me when I was about 3 or 4 years old. And she had purchased it for me as a surprise right after I had left preschool. And it's one of the most fondest memories I think I have of my mom because it was, I think, one of the first surprises I think I've ever had in my life. And she purchased this little plastic pool that I had been looking at the toy store for absolute ages. And she surprised me with it, and I came home and it was filled with water, and she bought these little floaties for me to put on my arms so I could float around in the little pool. And I think it's one of the fondest memories I have with my mom to this day that I definitely cherish. One of my earliest childhood memories would have to be when my mom purchased this little plastic pool for me when I was about 3 or 4 years old. And she had purchased it for me as a surprise right after I had left preschool. And it's one of the most fondest memories I think I have of my mom because it was, I think, one of the first surprises I think I've ever had in my life. And she purchased this little plastic pool that I had been looking at the toy store for absolute ages. And she surprised me with it, and I came home and it was filled with water, and she bought these little floaties for me to put on my arms so I could float around in the little pool. And I think it's one of the fondest memories I have with my mom to this day that I definitely cherish.
네, 이번에는 또 재밌는 표현들 준비해봤습니다. 함께 해볼까요?
Oh yeah, it's time for Street Smart.